I can't speak to the motivations or the calculations of those leaders. What I could say is that the Democratic Party only has itself to blame for the alienation of Muslim voters and voters of conscience. And so I was amongst the many imams. I think the bulk of imams had actually said that we are between two monstrous evils, and we registered a protest vote, a third-party vote this year. That was the vast majority of national imams and student leaders that had put out that statement for people to vote for a third party and to reject actually both genocide with a lipstick being Kamala Harris's genocide, as she's of course number 2 in the Biden administration, and Trump's promises to only further the genocide. And so again, the Democratic Party has itself to blame. As Muslims, we were not going to vote for a party that was actively present in a genocide, and for most of us, nor for a candidate that was promising a furthering of the genocide in Donald Trump. Donald Trump never actually promised to end the war. When Habib approached him at a UFC event, afterwards he said that that was about Russia and Ukraine. He has promised to end the war by letting Netanyahu finish them off. So if you listen to Donald Trump speak, he uses the word Palestinian as a pejorative, as an insult. He blames the Biden administration for supposedly not providing the weapons fast enough. And so his idea of ending the war is letting Netanyahu finish the job. The results speak for themselves, and if the Democratic Party does not have a rude awakening within itself, then it's going to face the same thing over and over and over again. I think that the Muslim community has developed a sense of self-worth and security to no longer allow fear-mongering to cause it to vote for those who are active in the worst human rights atrocity in our lifetimes. I actually don't know, and the thing about Donald Trump is that he's predictably unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to do, but if you listen to his words and you look at the profiles of those that he's assembled in his cabinet, it is a worse cabinet than his first cabinet. It is a cabinet that promises only further destruction. Again, he's an unpredictable human being. It's part of what makes him attractive to so many people, is how unpredictable he is, how different he seems from so much of the establishment. But his picks for his cabinet are war hawks, are neocons, are rabid Zionists that promise to wreak more havoc on the Muslim community domestically and abroad. And we have to be ready for him. We can't buckle in fear. Now, if he surprises people and isn't as bad as we anticipate him to be in his second term, then so be it. But we cannot depend upon that surprise coming to fruition. I think that we can certainly say that Muslims are not represented neither by face or by policy in the United States government. But I hope that with the power that the Muslim vote wields in places like Michigan, that parties and candidates will have to take the community into consideration with their platforms far more seriously in the future. Yeah, actually, so that's the thing. Muslims were disillusioned from the two major political parties, but Muslims were not disillusioned from the political process. Muslims were more politically engaged possibly this time around than ever before. I haven't seen the data yet, and I don't know that that data exists, but I would assume that more Muslims probably voted this time than before. And so I think that Muslims are probably willing to engage the process, but engage it more meaningfully now, and not within the confines of the two major political platforms.